Just over 3, 2, 1. We are here in YouTube land. Hello, 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 everyone. My name is Allison, certified dating and relationship coach, and I primarily work with busy professional women to help them be found and to keep the partner that they deserve. Every Wednesday, I do around 5:30 p.m. I do a weekly live Q&A here on YouTube. So if you want your questions answered, all you have to do is drop your question here on YouTube. I think you can put it like anonymous too. Like you don't even have to like log into your account. There's ways, okay? So there is no reason why you should not be joining us here on YouTube. When you do join us on YouTube, I have some expectations. I expect that you support me for $0. Support for $0 looks like a like and it looks like a subscription. So make sure that you do those things. It costs you nothing in order to power me to continue to carve out the time to help you for absolutely free here on YouTube land. And if you are joining us in Instagram land, I love you. You don't follow instructions. You need to be on YouTube with me. Hi, Tina. Hi, Jasmine. You're all in the wrong place. You need to join me on YouTube. So comment or DM the word YouTube so that you can join us here on YouTube. I see some folks have already come over. Welcome, welcome. So you can join us here on YouTube and you can drop your questions in the comments so that I can answer them. I have some housekeeping things before we get into Q&A. Please be gently reminded, I am hosting, as I do annually, the Ready, Set, Love Retreat. Next year, March 28th through April the 1st, we will be visiting the beautiful island of Saint Martin. So make sure that you get down with the get down. I believe I have one double occupancy, one single occupancy, and one person who needs a roomie. So even if you don't have a friend or a loved one to come with you, that's no excuse. I will personally match you with an amazing roomie who's going to make you feel comfortable and have fun and do all the things. So I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the comments, and it'll be in the show notes and it'll be in all the things so that there's no excuse. This retreat is not about being single. This retreat is for women who are in committed relationships, who are single, who are married. It's not about the man. It's about you. It's about pouring into you. It's about working on becoming the best version of you. It's about being around like-minded women. It's about finally taking the vacation that you deserve. You deserve this. So it's time for you to stop and invest in yourself. Okay. bookallison.com/Saint Martin. That is housekeeping number 1. Housekeeping number 2, I am starting my next cohort of coaching. I'm starting my next cohort on Saturday. So if you are interested in changing your life in 8 weeks, you need to get into my coaching program, The Partner You Deserve. I'm going to drop the link in the comments and it'll be every other place, all the other times, all of that stuff, so that you can learn more about the program and you can transform your love life in 8 weeks. It really is that simple. And I have all the testimonials to prove it. So there we go. All right, beautiful people, let's get into the Q&A. Make sure that you have liked this video. Make sure that you have subscribed so that we can get into the Q&A. Go ahead and drop your question in the comments so that you can get the answer and get the insight and get the clarity that you deserve. So a question that I did not get a chance to answer last week, for our weekly live Q&A on YouTube, Instagram. You don't belong here. Go ahead and comment the word YouTube and I'll send you the link. Go ahead and DM me the word YouTube and I'll send you the link, okay? So the question I did not get to answer last week that I want to carry into this week is about communication. I know that that's a word that we've heard almost for our whole lives, right? And especially in our adult life, there's been more conversation about how to communicate more effectively. I am in a committed relationship. I am dating someone. I am engaged. I am married, and I want to communicate more effectively. How do I do so? So that was the question. I want to communicate more effectively. How do I do so? So there are many different ways that you can communicate effectively. Effective communication means that you are clearly expressing and respectfully expressing your needs, your desires, your concerns, in this case, to a romantic partner. So there are many ways that you can do that. But the one way that I am going to highly recommend that you consider or reconsider is going to be your nonverbal communication. your non-verbal communication. So many of us do not realize and recognize how problematic and how out of alignment, or actually it might actually be right in alignment within your nasty mind of alignment, right? We don't recognize and realize how our nonverbal communication is coming across to our partner. And so we're saying one thing with our mouths, but our face says something else. Our arms say something else. Our back being turned says something else. Us scrolling through the phone while the person is talking to us says something else. Our neck says something else, right? Us watching the television while our partner is talking to us about something that's important to them, not important, period. You're not in a relationship with yourself, right? Important to them. You playing the game while the person's talking to you about something that's important to them. This is not a woman thing. This is not a man thing. This is a person thing. Those things all have a negative impact on how the message is received. And so we have to be mindful of our verbal communication. We have to make sure that our intention is clear. What we're thinking, what we're saying. Oh, I look so nice with dimples. What we're thinking, what we're saying, and how our body language is expressing that message needs to be all on the same plane. If they are not all on the same plane, they will not land together. Bars. Our language, our thoughts, our language, our body language needs to be on the same plane, or it will not land together. And you will not get the final result. You will not get the fix. You will not get the adjustment. You will not get the change that you require. So what does it look like to adjust your body language? What does that mean? You have to be cognizant of what your entire body is doing from head to toe. Right? So that starts with your eyes. Actually, you know what? It might even start. I'm looking at my face as I'm speaking to you guys, and it might even start with your eyebrows. Because now that my eyebrows are raised, I'm giving a completely different presentation of what I'm saying, right? And so it starts with that's how dramatic it is. And if you're listening to this and you're not watching, I want you just to watch for that I raise my eyebrows and now my face looks entirely different as I'm speaking to you versus when I drop my eyebrows with the same tone and the same volume. Right? So you have to be mindful of the entire body of everything. Your eyebrows, right? How does that expression, what does that feel like? And we'll talk about like how you can be more mindful. It's going to be your eyes. Where are your eyes? Are your eyes on the person that you're speaking to? Are your eyes on the phone? Are your eyes on the TV? Is your eyes elsewhere from letting this person know that even if I don't agree with you in the moment, you have my full attention. You have my full attention. And as a matter of fact, for anyone who's having this issue of their partner not looking at them, and it makes them feel like they're not being listened to, I want you to stop talking when they stop looking at you. You need them to be aware that what you're doing right now is you're making me not feel seen and heard. I know I'm not being seen because you're not watching me, and I'm not being heard. So I'm just going to shut my mouth until you're in a position to deliver that attention. Now, the person who's speaking, I need you to make sure that that person is actually in a position. If they are cooking a meal, they cannot talk to you about this thing right now. Right? If they're on an important phone call that's really legitimately, they can't talk to you right now. If they're attending to the kids, they can't talk to you right now. They can't give you the full attention. If they're driving and they're trying to navigate, they're not in a place they're accustomed to, they can't give you the attention you require and desire right now. You have to be strategic about where and when you plan on having these tougher conversations. You may have an instance where a tough conversation arises and you might have to hold off, because you recognize that this person is not in a position to be attentive as you would like. So you're going to put a pin on it, and maybe we'll revisit tonight. Maybe we'll revisit tomorrow. Maybe your partner is talking about something that bothers them, and it now ignites an idea of something that's been bothering you unrelated to that thing. Guess what? You done messed up. Now you got to wait your turn. This is not the time for you to bring up your problem because they brought up theirs that's completely unrelated. We have to be more strategic about how we attack the problem. We are not attacking the person, we are attacking the problem. Okay, so we're going back to the original point, which is around how to effectively communicate with a partner, specifically around problems that arise. And the number one thing that we're going to walk away today with is going to be our nonverbal communication, starting with from the eyebrows all the way down. So we talked about the eyebrows being raised versus not. We talked about the eye contact. We're going to talk about the mouth. Shut it. When that person is speaking, shut it. Allow them to finish their thought. Now, if they're going on 5 minutes, be like, babe, I'm sorry to interject, but there's no way that I can respond with the, right? So we gotta break this down. We gotta break this down, right? Finish that point, but you gotta stop you right there, because how can I respond with all those things? I don't know about y'all. I send a ton of voice notes on iPhone, by voice notes through WhatsApp. I'm a voice note person, right? And what I'll do is I'll break it up, and it still might be too much. So when I'm listening to my friends, I'll say, hey, I'm going to respond to this note. I don't know if you already addressed this, but I got to stop, because I'm never going to remember everything. Okay. Eyebrows, eyes, mouth. Shut it. Let the person finish their thought. Let them feel like they're being heard. So you have to allow them the opportunity to express. If they're expressing so many different points that there's no way you can keep track to be able to respond appropriately, cut them and say, babe, I want to hear what you're saying, but you've said so many different points and I don't want to be overwhelmed. I don't want to forget. Can I just respond to this? Can I just respond to that? So that they know they're being heard. Okay. Next, our arms. We cannot. Instagram, I know you can see me good. YouTube, can you see me good? We cannot. You're crossing your arms. When you do that, you're giving the person the impression that you are becoming defensive. You are building a wall of protection, protecting your heart, right? We can't do that. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, right? I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Do something else, right? Willy bounce. Do something. We cannot do this. Okay. It gives folks the impression that you are standoffish. You don't want to hear what they're saying, and you're building a defense versus understanding their point of view. Okay. If you are just coming in, my name is Allison, certified dating and relationship coach, and I primarily work with busy professional women to help them to attract and keep the partner that they deserve. Every week I do this weekly live Q&A Wednesday around 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Here on YouTube and Instagram land. If you are in Instagram, I love you, but you're in the wrong place. You need to join me on YouTube. All you have to do is comment or DM the word YouTube. I will send you the link straight to your DM, and you can ask your question there. The question that we are discussing right now is how to more effectively communicate. And we're talking about our body language. You already covered eyebrows, eyes, mouth, arms. The next thing we're going to cover is our back. You cannot turn your back to someone who's speaking to you. It is absolutely rude, and you already know that. I'm not even going to dwell on it, because you already know that. You cannot turn your back. You cannot walk away. The only time it's appropriate for you to walk away is if this person is threatening you in some form or fashion. So for your safety, you have to walk away. And then that's beyond what align with Allison is talking about. And what we need to be talking about is a relationship coach, a marriage counselor, right? But unless this person is threatening you, and so you have to turn your back to leave, you should not be turning your back to someone who's having a conversation with you. Period. Is rude. You know that, right? We're moving along. The legs, same thing. You cannot walk away unless the person is doing something that is threatening to you or abusive to you. And that could include verbal abuse, right? We're talking about communicating. They could be calling you all types of names. You have to walk away. Okay, we're not talking about that. We're talking about, I just don't want to talk about this right now. Okay, that's a problem. So I do all that. Right? It actually didn't work for me. So then it may be that the person that you're speaking to does not have the capacity or the desire to work things out with you, because all these things work, assuming that both parties want to make things work, assuming that both parties have the capacity to make things work. But if you're saying that you're doing all of these things to effectively communicate, and they continue to not listen, they continue to turn their back on you, they continue to walk away, they continue to dismiss you, then that person needs some help. And maybe you need to send them this video, or this person's an inappropriate match for you because they are not in a position where they can communicate effectively. So that means, as I said before, if this is the problem, then that means that we may need some therapy. We may need some relationship coaching. We may need some kind of couples counseling. Okay. Oh, you did the bad ones. Okay, cool. Same idea. So that just may mean that you need to learn these skills, and that's okay. We are not born. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the term tabula rasa, a blank slate. Right? We are not born with these skill sets. You're born with some very basic skills, right? Like grabbing. I mean, I have a baby who grabs my face, grabs my hand, scratches me every day, right? Grabbing, sucking. Like there's some babies can't even sleep right. We are not born with these skills. These are skills that you learn. So don't beat yourself up. It's not about it hurts. It's about I recognize that there is a gap in a skill set, and I'm going to find someone who can help me fill that gap. If I do not have any resource available to me, zero resources, right? I'm barely feeding myself, I'm barely paying the rent, then I'm going to go to YouTube land and I'm going to Google and I'm going to figure out how to solve this problem myself to the best of my ability. Now, it may take you so much longer because you don't have someone who has the expertise to specifically guide you based on your needs and your experiences and your traumas. But if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. If you got it or you can get it, get the help so that you can quicken your process, so that you can get specific help, guidance, and support around your needs, your desires, your experiences, your traumas. Make sense? Makes sense. All right, beautiful people. I am going to leave it here. Again, it is time to do something different to get a different result. I don't know who's hearing my voice. I don't know who is going to receive this message. It could be around dating and relationships, which is my area of expertise. It can be about something else, but you have to do something different to get a different result. If we're talking about your skincare regimen, we could be talking about your relationship with God. Like that's the range, right? Like we could be talking about your confidence. We could be talking about your finances. That's a big range. We could be talking about your love life. We could be talking about the relationship you have with your mama. You have to do something different to get a different result. We cannot sit here and cry and complain about the things that we don't have when we're not doing everything that it takes to get the things that we need to have and that we want to have. If it's dating and relationship related, my name is Allison Wellington, certified dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with busy professional women to attract and keep the partners that they deserve. I do it two ways. Through coaching. I already put the link in the comments and it'll be every other place. Apply to work with me as your coach. I've helped over 300 women be found by the partners that they deserve. I'm going to my next wedding. This is real deal Holyfield. I'm going to my next wedding in August in the DMV. I'm super excited, right? I also do it through retreats. I have a retreat every year for women called the Ready, Set, Love Retreat. Next year, March 28th through April the 1st. We will be going to St. Martin. It is going to be so much fun, as well as a relaxation, a reset, and learning how to become the best version of you. You cannot demand the best of others if you're not showing up as your best self. And that's to in the dating scene, if you're single, or that's to your whole husband if you're married. Doesn't matter. You cannot demand the best of others unless you're showing up as your best self. Okay. On that note, I am going to adios. Instagram land, if you are just joining, you can watch the replay on YouTube only. The replay will only be on YouTube. So you have to comment or DM the word YouTube. I will DM you the link back, and then you can watch this replay and you're going to like and you're just going to subscribe because it literally costs you nothing to do just that. And again, if you are interested in working with me in coaching Instagram, you can click the link in my bio or you can comment the word rings and I'll send you the link. Or if you want to join me in St. Martin yet next year, comment the word transformation and let's get that transformation going. All right, folks, it's been a pleasure. Have a good one.